on the show today. But first, NASCAR is coming to Phoenix this weekend. The Phoenix International Raceway will be hosting the big event, and race car driver Kevin Conway is here to tell us all about it. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
You have big plans for this weekend.
We do. We're actually attempting to make history by being the first driver to make their series debut in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, while also competing in the Nationwide Series, while also making a track debut at the Phoenix International Raceway.
You've never raced at PIR before?
No, this is the first time. I've been to the racetrack several times, but I've never had the opportunity to turn a lap yet. So tomorrow afternoon during Camping World Truck Series practice will be the first opportunity that we have to do that.
Now, why attempt all three? I mean, that's got to be tough to go from one car to the other.
It is tough. It's very difficult, but the opportunity presented itself for the whole Extends Racing team, and we said, hey, it's something that we couldn't pass up to make history, and to do it here in Phoenix was a great town, great city, and we love the racetrack, and the fans here are awesome. So it was an opportunity that we couldn't pass up.
What do you think is going to be the toughest part?
I think, as you mentioned, going back and forth between the three different race vehicles, they all handle differently. So I think working through and remembering, hey, what car am I in? Am I in the truck or the Nationwide car or the Cup car? And qualifying for the Cup race, we do have to make it in on time. We're not locked in. So Friday is going to be a stressful day, but it's a very exciting day nonetheless to make an attempt at history.
Yeah, and I mean, it's grueling on you, too, just to do this. You said one day you're going to be in the car like 12 hours or something?
On Friday, you know, we have Nationwide practice, Sprint Cup Series practice, final Nationwide practice, Truck Series qualifying, Sprint Cup Series qualifying, and then the truck race Friday night. So it's going to be a long day for the whole Extends Racing team.
Yeah, and it gets like 140, you said, in the car?
It does. It gets up anywhere like 130, 140 degrees throughout the race. Hopefully the temperatures will cool off a little bit and it'll alleviate some of that, but it gets very, very hot in the cars. It's kind of like being in a 200 miles per hour sauna for 3 hours.
That's crazy. All right, we'll help you out because I hear it is cooling down a little bit. So what are your expectations of the track?
You know, you hear all of the different quirks and the nuances that the Phoenix International Raceway offers, and you talk to other drivers about it and stuff, and it's a very unique configuration. It's unlike any other racetrack that we go to, so it's a track that I'm looking forward to figuring out, but I do know that it definitely has its challenges and its nuances that are specific to Phoenix, and I hope to get all of that figured out Thursday afternoon before we get into qualifying on Friday.
Okay, now you were talking about the fans, because you said you've been in racing your whole life, and you've been here. I mean, what makes the Phoenix crowd a little different?
You know, Phoenix town, it's just really cool. We've got such a cross-section of events and things going on in Phoenix, and you attract fans from the NFL crowd, from the NBA crowd, from the NHL crowd, and they all get to come to NASCAR. We're only here twice a year. We're here in April, we're here in November, so this is the last chance that everybody gets to kind of come out and see this. So the fans here are great. They're rowdy. They have a really good time, and it's really cool to see everybody camped out up on the hill there in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun this weekend. Again, we talked a little bit about you starting so young. How did you get involved? You started super young.
I did. My father bought a 3-wheeler for me when I was 3 years old, and I started destroying the backyard in that thing. And from there, as soon as I turned 6, that was the earliest age that you were able to start competing in Pee Wee motocross, like 50cc, 60cc dirt bikes. And from there, it's just all I've ever done. And for some kids, it's soccer, baseball, and for me, it's just always been racing. And this weekend is very special, not just for the whole Extends team, but for myself as well, because it's kind of the culmination of my career, having the opportunity to run in all 3 NASCAR National Series and make a track debut here at Phoenix.
Yeah, that's got to be exciting. I'm sure your family's really proud. And one thing I like that you said, too, is, you know, Dad always encouraged the racing, but Mom also made you go to school, and you have some pretty impressive credentials there.
Well, it's something that just because of racing, we have a very unique schedule, and there's a lot of demands as far as from traveling and things like that. So I was homeschooled, finished up homeschooling at the age of 15, began studying at the University of North Carolina at 15, and then continued my education there so that I could get my education and my foundation established a little bit earlier in life than some of my peers, and continue to focus on racing while leveraging that foundation.
Yeah, that's terrific. Congratulations to you. We're going to be watching you this weekend. Of course, who do you think is going to win the championship? Because there's only like 2 races left.
You know, Jimmy's hands down the favorite, but the sentimental favorite in that would have to be Mark Martin. So I think it'd be really cool to see it come down to next weekend's race at Homestead to really decide the championship. But Jimmy certainly has the upper hand going into this weekend.
All right, well, check it out. I'm really excited for you. We're going to keep an eye on you. For more information on Kevin, go to facebook.com/extensracing. And for more about this weekend's big NASCAR races, just go to phoenixraceway.com. All right, from race